When we turn to chapter 21 of the book of Exodus, we are essentially diving into a set of laws and regulations that highlight the evolving societal structure of the Israelites. Remember, the Israelites were in the process of transforming from a group of enslaved people into a free nation. And like any budding nation, they needed laws to guide their behavior and interactions. The laws presented in this chapter predominantly focus on social justice, which indicates just how crucial it was for the Israelites to form a fair and equitable society. These were not mere suggestions, but mandates directly from God, provided to Moses, to ensure that the Israelites would not repeat the mistakes of their oppressors. One of the first and perhaps most discussed regulations in this chapter revolves around the treatment of Hebrew slaves. If an Israelite bought a Hebrew servant, the servant would serve for 6 years. But in the 7th year, he was to be set free without any payment. If he started his service single and got married during service, only he would go free in the 7th year, unless his master provided for his wife and children. This in itself was a revolutionary concept. In many ancient societies, slaves were a lifelong property with no rights or hope for freedom. The provision for a Sabbath year of release was an acknowledgement of human dignity and a symbol of Israel's own liberation from Egyptian bondage. There's also the provision that if a man harmed another, leading to death, he was to be put to death. But if it wasn't intentional, he could flee to a place God would designate for him. This showcases an early version of our modern manslaughter versus murder differentiation. The idea was clear: intent matters. The chapter continues with various other laws, addressing issues like injuries caused by an open pit, liabilities of livestock owners if their animals caused harm, and the penalties for theft. While to modern readers, some of these laws might seem harsh or even archaic, they were groundbreaking for their time. They provided structure, set boundaries, and in many cases, were more humane than the legal systems of surrounding nations. This chapter also highlights the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions. If your ox harmed someone because you didn't take precautions, you were held accountable. In essence, the community was only as strong as the responsibility each member took for their actions. Interestingly, tucked among these various rules, there's a powerful command: do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt. This single line serves as a poignant reminder of their past and a mandate for empathy and kindness. It reflects a central theme of the Bible: to love and treat others with fairness, remembering the struggles and experiences we've overcome. In wrapping up our understanding of Exodus chapter 21, it's evident that while some of the laws might seem distant from our modern sensibilities, the core principles remain timeless. Treat others fairly, remember your past and learn from it. Take responsibility for your actions, and always stand for justice. The foundation laid here is not just for the Israelites, but for all humanity to recognize the essence of ethical living and moral responsibility.